The December 4 regular meeting of the Holland City Council. I'm Mayor Nathan Box, and I'm calling this meeting to order. Brenda, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Byrd.
Present.
Freeman.
Here.
Raymond. Here. Corbin. Here. Soul. Rowan.
Present.
Shea.
Here.
Schulteis. Mayor Box.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Wonderful, thank you. We're going to begin this evening's meeting, as we have for many years, first with an opening prayer this evening by Council Member Shea, followed immediately by the Pledge of Allegiance, and we would invite you to join us.
Almighty Creator, send down upon those who hold office in this city the spirit of wisdom, charity, and justice, that with steadfast purpose they may faithfully serve in their offices to promote the well-being of all people. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Devin. Next items on the agenda are our consent agenda items. These are items that are considered to be fairly routine and have been reviewed by council members as part of our packet. They will be enacted in one motion unless a member of the public or a member of council asks to have an item removed from the consent agenda, and then it will be placed in its regular order on the regular agenda. But before I ask that, Brenda, would you please review the consent agenda for us?
Okay, 4A, excuse the absences of council members Soul and Schulteis. 4B, approve the minutes of the November 2024 regular meeting. 4C, accept executed oaths of office. 4D, the claims filed against the city. 4E, declare items as surplus from elections. 4F, award the bid for the installation of irrigation at Lakewood School Park. 4G, accept the August financial reports. And 4H, an amendment to the Macatawa Area Coordinating Council bylaws.
Thank you. Is there any member of the public that would like to have an item removed from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda? Seeing none. Any member of council that would like to have an item removed from consent and placed on the regular agenda? Seeing none there. What is the pleasure of council in regard to the consent agenda?
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Moved by Vreeman. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Byrd. Any discussion? Seeing none. Brenda, would you please call the roll?
Byrd.
Yes.
Vreeman.
Yes.
Raymond.
Yes.
Corbin.
Yes.
Rowan.
Yes.
Shea.
Yes.
And Mayor Box.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Wonderful. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is public comment. This is an opportunity for the public to be able to address council. Under the Open Meetings Act of the state of Michigan, we provide this not only in our regular meetings, but also in all of our study sessions. We also provide it in every single one of our board, committee, and commission meetings. It provides the opportunity for the public to be able to speak to us about any subject that you think is important. Remember that this is one-way communication. It's an opportunity for you to be able to speak to us. We don't engage in discussion or answer direct questions at this time, but if there's a question that staff can respond to, they'll be able to circle back perhaps after the meeting or tomorrow here at City Hall. Each person can speak for up to 5 minutes. We ask that you approach the podium and please state your name and the municipality that you live in so that we know whether you're a member of the City of Holland or not. Also, please note that there are 3 lights on the dais in front of me. There's a yellow light, a red light, and a green light. The green light means you're doing well on time. The yellow light means that you have 1 minute left. And the red light means that your time has expired, and we are strict about that. If you'd like to speak, please come forward. And would you please state your name and municipality for the record?
Jeff Minkus, 361 Stratford Way, apartment number 1 in the City of Holland. I'm the chair of the City of Holland Human Relations Commission. As an aside, it was good to see so many of you at the parade last night, a beautiful evening and a fun celebration of our city. As part of the Human Relations Commission, for the past few months, we have been researching and discussing the increase in homelessness, aiming to understand root causes, its impacts on all of us. And I know many of you have been engaged in this work as well, listening to many voices, concerns from residents, and I want to thank you for that good work that you all are doing. As a Human Relations Commission, we've developed and passed a statement that we hope guides our community's conversations and decision-making with compassion, clarity, and a shared commitment to creating a safe, welcoming Holland for everyone, residents, visitors, business owners, and our unhoused neighbors alike. So Terry and Catherine and I, other members of the commission, are going to share the statement with you now. It's actually at the very back of your meeting packet. It's in the e-notifications, and so you can reference it there if you would like. I think it's one of the last pages in there. And we'd be glad to engage in further conversation and explore ways that the Human Relations Commission can collaborate with you and all of our community partners to find sustainable solutions together. So our statement is called A Call to Community, Seeing Our Unhoused Neighbors with Compassion. Homelessness in Holland has increased in recent years, as shown by the annual point-in-time survey, which is mandated by the Department of Housing and Urban Development to measure the number of individuals experiencing homelessness on a specific night. This rise is also reflected in the growing number of people seeking support from local organizations. As we look for solutions together to support our unhoused neighbors with dignity and respect, the City of Holland Human Relations Commission, composed of volunteers approved by City Council to pursue a community of belonging for all residents, encourages community members to consider root causes of homelessness, to explore misconceptions, and to find sustainable solutions. I'll pass it to Terry.
Thank you. And would you please state your name and municipality for the record?
Yes, Terry DeYoung, City of Holland, also a member of the Human Relations Commission and its Housing Subcommittee. To continue the statement that Jeff began, considering root causes, homelessness is a housing issue. Homelessness is closely tied to the current housing crisis, fueled by high demand for scarce rental housing. The 2021 Housing Needs Assessment by Housing Next found that Ottawa County's rental vacancy rate is just 1%, leaving little opportunity for people with housing instability to find safe and affordable places to live. This shortage disproportionately affects vulnerable populations, including individuals facing financial hardships, health issues, and other barriers to stable housing. Challenging misconceptions. Who are our unhoused neighbors? Much of the conversation around homelessness in Holland centers on the most visible unhoused neighbors occupying public spaces. However, these individuals represent only a small fraction of the broader reality. Many people experiencing homelessness are unseen, living in cars, staying with friends or relatives, or moving between hotels and other temporary housing. Some are employed, yet full-time, yet still unable to secure stable housing due to rising costs that have outpaced wages. While mental health and addiction challenges are more common among unhoused population than the general population, they do not apply to a majority of people experiencing homelessness. National data indicate that only about 31% of unhoused people have known or documented physical or mental health barriers, and locally, the Community Action House Street Outreach Team finds that number to be about 36%. Homelessness is most often driven by systemic issues like poverty and housing shortages, not individual failings. Catherine will continue.
Thank you. And would you please state your name and municipality for the record?
Good evening. I'm Catherine Ristela Bass. I live in the City of Holland, and I'm on the Human Relations Commission. And finally, finding sustainable solutions, a call to compassionate action. The growing homelessness crisis highlights the urgent need for better housing solutions. Key first steps are to expand housing availability and to promote the housing first approach that prioritizes acquiring stable housing for individuals experiencing homelessness as the initial step in addressing other challenges. Suitable and affordable options should meet people's needs for autonomy, safety, affordability, and the ability to keep families or pets together. Criminalizing homelessness, such as ticketing or arresting people for being unhoused in public spaces, does not address the root cause of this issue. Instead, it worsens the challenges and instability many individuals already face, underscoring the need for more compassionate and effective solutions from our community. In conclusion, the City of Holland Human Relations Commission calls on community members to approach homelessness with compassion. This is a complex issue that challenges us all to balance the rights and the needs of the general public, property owners, and our unhoused neighbors. We commend local officials and the many organizations on the front lines in our area for their positive work in supporting people experiencing homelessness. By considering root causes, exploring misconceptions, and finding sustainable solutions, we affirm our shared values as named in the Human Relations Commission mission statement: to pursue a community of belonging for all residents, with consideration for groups that are underrepresented, underserved, or marginalized. Our unhoused neighbors are part of our community, and it is our collective responsibility to ensure that everyone in Holland has a safe, stable place to call home. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address council at this time? And would you please state your name and municipality for the record?
Ann Hendrickson, Zealand. Last night, the Parade of Lights was a Holland Winter Wonderland spectacle. Merry Christmas was the greeting from the float participants to the crowd in back. Merry Christmas rang down 8th Street until one special float passed the crowd. Their response turned into Shalom as a cobalt blue lighted cross appeared with a huge, elegant dove carrying the olive branch of peace with God and a red cord of Rahab's redemption. GEMS West Michigan Electric Cars, Shine Company, City Hill Church, Holland Assembly of God, Ebenezer AG, and National April Faith Month Action Committee sponsored this float. The theme was Shine the Light of Jesus. Shalom means peace. This is the season of peace and a special time where we can promote peace on earth, goodwill towards all people. City Council, here's an opportunity to promote peace for 2025. As Mayor Box mentioned at the beginning of 2024, that this council has a willing cohesiveness that is a pleasure to work with. You have accomplished many good things this year. I remember a comment from the mayor at a study session talking about affordable housing. He spoke out of compassion for those who need a place to live when the cost of living has escalated. So I appeal to him, the city manager, and the council with Shalom for Holland concerning our religious freedoms of identity and expression. It would not take much for you to agree to correct the Collin Park ban shell policy that does not have a city department to sponsor religious events. Shine the Light of Jesus was the same theme of a worship event that happened this summer in front of the Collin Park band shell on a portable stage provided by City Hill Church. City Hill Church, Ebenezer AG, and 2 churches from Grand Rapids brought this bilingual event to Holland in August 2024. The Collin Park City policy requires a city department to sponsor the use of the band shell. When they applied, they were informed that there is no city department available for religious worship. This policy was inherited by this present council. It most likely was instituted in 1973 when the Supreme Court adopted separation of church and state. 2022, the separation of church and state, Lemon versus Kutzman phrase no longer is valid. Mayor Box heard this new development at First Liberty Institute April luncheon. Worship is an identity and expression of free speech, was the ruling. Since 2020, the attorney, Ron Vanderveen, had assured the public the anti-discrimination ordinance gives firm protection for religious freedoms. Tonight, I appeal to you to consider for this holiday season that you exercise your due diligence to give Holland religions access to Collin Park band shell. The recommended City of Holland department would be the Human Relations Commission. They are the ones involved in the anti-discrimination disputes. They're the ones who would best support the anti-discrimination ordinance law, freedom of religious identity and expression. I believe they would be more than happy to be the ones assigned to the function in this policy revision that would line up with the city's anti-discrimination ordinance. There are bilingual organizations: City Hill Church, Holland Assembly of God, Victory Point Church, Moran Park Church, Restoration Church, 633 Ministries, The Wave Church, One Heart Ministries, Grand Rapids, Ebenezer AG, and National April Faith Month Action Committee that all applied and denied the use of the Collin Park band shell since 2021 for the summer worship services. Each year, the number of churches is growing. Please surprise them this 2025 summer with a change in the policy. Love and truth will embrace. Justice and peace will kiss. Psalm 85:11. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address council at this time? Seeing none, I will close the public comment period. Next item on the agenda, item number 9, e-comments. Public comments at thecityofholland.com is the email address that you can use to send comments directly to all city council members. We collect those in between our regular meetings and accept those into the record during our regular meetings. We don't read them out loud during the council meetings, but accept them as part of the records. We do have one this evening, and so I'd entertain a motion from council to accept that into the record.
So moved.
Moved by Byrd. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Shea. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is item 12E 6.1, gifts. Brenda, would you please review the gifts for us?
The city manager's office is pleased to report the following gifts for the downtown group Windmill Island Gardens. $500 from Tom and Patricia Grosco and $2,000 from Diane Hoyt. It's recommended these donations be accepted with appreciation, credited to the appropriate account, and an expression of gratitude forwarded to the donors.
What is the pleasure of council in regard to the gifts?
Move to accept, thank them, appreciate them, all those things. And I particularly want to say thank you to Diane Hoyt, my former neighbor.
Wonderful. Moved by Rowan. Is there support in that amazing motion? Support by Freeman. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda, item number 13, communications from the city manager, Mr. Van Beek.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, council, viewing public. I'm going to go quick through several items. First, a lot of people get really excited about this day. The calendars are complete. I'm not going to show you all the pictures here. You're just going to have to wait to see, but it highlights events throughout the community. They will hit the mailboxes probably next week, but council, you all have one at your space. So, but if you happen to be a resident of Holland, you can look for those in your mailboxes soon. As of now, we're not looking at having any agenda items, so you will get a Wednesday off next week, no study session next week, Wednesday. We do have one remaining meeting in December, so December 18, we will have a regular meeting, several regular items, and we do expect, just like tonight, we will have a closed executive session. We're expecting that night also. And then you are off until January 8, just the way the dates fall and everything. But remember, January is a busy month with coffee with councils and retreats and regular meetings and all the like, so rest up well and enjoy the holidays. We have stuff prepared for you. Lansing is busy and continues to be busy. So I've definitely had more than normal legislative conversations recently on a variety of things. It's lame duck season for those. I think most people are familiar with lame duck, but it's that period after a new slate of people have been elected, but before the old slate is out of office. So there's a period of time where a lot of times things come up very unexpectedly and move very quickly and sometimes are surprised. So I do expect to be in Lansing addition. I'm going to be there tomorrow, drive there tonight, but also will be there one time next week talking on some Michigan Municipal League things. In particular, about revenue sharing trust fund, which I know we've shared some information. And for any of you council members that would like to ride with me and get a glimpse in doing those activities next week, Tuesday morning, we'll buzz down there and back. So if you're interested, just drop me a note. Then, just as an awareness item, when you fire up, we always are maintaining and taking a look and preparing for the first snow in a lot of different ways. And I know we saw our crew from the transportation department. I think they started at 3:15 Tuesday morning, I think is correct. One thing that we found, though, is one arm of the snowmelt system wasn't working, and we had a valve that's out. And unfortunately, most of those valves are in good spaces, but every once in a while, it's just the law, right? It's not really the law, but the valve that's not working is in the intersection of 9th and River. Not a great place. So we're taking a look at making sure we have everything that we need to do, but we are going to need to dig into that intersection. So tentatively, just so you're aware and the viewing public is aware, probably Monday night, overnight into Tuesday, and getting it done as quick as we can. But that's not a great intersection for that to happen. So just early news, you'll probably get phone calls and emails and things break. We didn't not plan for this, if that makes sense. And that's all I have, other than I think we have a surprise video ready for you too at the appropriate time.
All right, great. Thank you, Mr. Van Beek. Motions, appointments, communications from the mayor. You want to do the video right now? You want to do your video? Let's back up and I want to see your, I want to see your video. Let's do your video now.
This is what happens when I'm not involved in audio-video decisions.
13 is on your side.
This time of year can be a challenge to find something to do as a family outside, but a year from now, people will have a new option, the ice skating rink in Holland. It's been under construction for several months now, and 13 on your sides, Alexis Dumerjean joins us from the newsroom with a progress report, Alexis.
Yes, the ice rink in Holland has been in the more than 5 years. Construction began back in April after a long fundraising campaign. The total cost of the project is around $11 million, with $7 million coming from a private grant funding, including a $1 million donation from former educator Frank Cry. A big supporter of the project, the ice rink is in circular shape and will consist of a refrigerated ice ribbon that connects to a pond, so people are able to come to downtown Holland, skate around, shop, and enjoy the other things that the city has to offer.
I'll be honest with you, we've got a lot of eyes focused on this, but it's just one of those things where when you get out here and you watch the kids and grandparents and all the folks enjoying skating, it's just so rewarding for someone like me.
The ice skating rink will also include the opportunity for people to participate in the winter sport, curling. In the spring and the summer, the ice rink will be available to host community events, including a nature-based playground, and will also be home to the Tulip Festival headquarters. The ice rink is located on the 6th Street and College Ave and on the window on the waterfront park. It is scheduled to start welcoming the community this time next year. In the newsroom, Alexis Dumerjean, 13 on your side.
And we're going to allow Matt Van Dyken to run the video production, the video stuff next time.
Yeah, but this was better that way. He was just surprised, right?
You do a lot of things really well, Keith. That's not one of them. But we did get to see a great video. We did get to see a great video. And Matt, that's at least the second time I've seen you on TV in the last week. So you've become a real TV star.
Hopefully, I can avoid that for the rest of my career.
You say you don't like being on TV, yet I see you on TV smiling quite often. You do a great job. You do a great job. It's looking fabulous. It really is. And I cannot wait. And I actually walked by last night after the Parade of Lights and got to listen to all of the kids and their parents super excited to be able to skate next year. There's a whole lot of positive anticipation for the ice skating rink opening next year. And that's just a couple of things I was going to mention, the great activities. The parade was fabulous last night. All of the people, the downtown group that helped put that together. Parade ran flawlessly last evening. Lots of incredible participation, not only with local businesses and organizations, but the number of people that came out last evening. Downtown looks great. I was walking through downtown this morning at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I like to pick up trash, and I could only pick up about 6 pieces of trash in the entire length of downtown, and I know that we did not have a crew down there this morning to pick up things, so kudos to the people of the city of Holland for keeping it downtown looking spectacular after the parade as well. The Magic at the Mill starts this weekend and will continue for the next 3 weekends. Make sure that you get your tickets. Those are going to be going fast. Tulip Time has events going on. Tim, are you going to talk about those at all? No, I'm going to save that for you because you probably know more than I do about it. Good. I'm going to pass that to Tim. I'm going to put you on the spot for that, Mr. Vreeman. Lots of great activities going on. We may not be meeting a lot, but there's a whole lot going on in the city for the month of December. I'm glad you're looking it up, Tim, because I didn't do it beforehand. So lots of great things happening in the city of Holland in the month of December. And that is all I have. And so I'm going to say this very slowly while Mr. Vreeman is Googling any motions, communications, items to talk about from city council members. Mr. Shea, I believe you have something.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to shine a little light on something that I think is really cool that's happened recently. Surely you've noticed that there has been some scaffolding on the buildings, some buildings downtown. They have come down now, and I would encourage you all to look up next time you pass the Outpost and Lokers. Those business owners and building owners, they've done a really cool thing. This is an example of neighbors coming together to coordinate an effort to preserve their historic buildings, and coming together. For them coming together and doing it together helps the project have less of an impact as they were working on these things together, as they worked on the facade together. And what's important to note is that despite 8th Street being on the National Register of Historic Places, there are no requirements that they preserve their buildings in any historic fashion. But they took down the Sears and Roebuck insignia, tile by tile, cleaned it, put it in, fixed it up, put them back. It looks beautiful. And above Lokers, there's some awesome new stonework above the top floor. It looks phenomenal. So I just encourage you all, when you're walking, take a look up. And I just want to thank the property owners for their investment, their time and investment into those projects.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Shea. Mr. Vreeman, did you have anything this evening?
I love you so much. Just Tulip Time, the Center College Shuffle. It will be Friday night and Saturday morning. Friday night is 5 to 7:30, or probably aim is about 8 o'clock. Tickets are available. They're a timed ticketed event, and they're available at tuliptime.com.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Vreeman. Any other motions, communications from council members? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion from council to enter a closed session to discuss 2 written legal opinions by the city attorney's office with our attorney and a potential real property purchase. There will be possible action by city council following the meeting, which means we will go back into open session. However, we will not be entering, the video will not come back on after the meeting. So if you want to find out what that action is, just contact City Hall tomorrow morning, or if you want to wait outside, I suppose you can do that as well. But we are going to have to ask all of the people who are here watching the meeting to leave for the closed session. So we'll take a moment to allow all of those people that are here to be able to exit, and then we're going to be entering closed session. So thank you. Oh, I need that motion, yes.
Motion to enter closed session.
We've got motion by Rowan. Is there support? Support by Vreeman. I need a roll call vote to enter closed session.
Freeman.
Yes.
Raymond.
Yes.
Corbin.
Yes.
Rowan.
Yes.
Schultheis. Bird.
Yes.
Sorry. And Mayor Box.
Yes, I don't think you
Me
got
too.
Shay.
Sorry, I didn't. Oh, I meant Shay. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Thanks. Okay. Passes.
Motion passes. We will be entering closed session.